What's going on, guys? Nemesis here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to be giving you guys an in-depth tutorial on some matchups that you may find yourself running into in this current meta. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and with that being said, let's learn some Pekka. Okay, so we got our first game here against this Goblin Drill deck with wall breakers. He's also got Valkyrie and guards as his defensive cards. So he's going to go for a wall breaker split in the middle, so I'm just going to go for a bandit on the left and ghost on the right just to take care of those wall breakers. He's got Valkyrie as well, so this could still be like minor wall breakers or the Goblin Drill deck. It's like one or the other, but he just revealed his Goblin Drill right there. So I'm going to go for a Magic Archer in the back, and I'm also going to go for an Electro Wizard, I believe, just so I don't take too much damage. And I'm immediately just going to pressure with a Battle Ram as well, because this is a pretty solid play. He didn't have Valkyrie in rotation, and yeah. So, like I was saying, he has guards and Valkyrie as his defensive cards. So with that being said, it's kind of like playing against Logbait, where Logbait as well has guards and they also have Valkyrie. So if you know that his guards and Valkyries out of rotation, you could pressure the bridge pretty well, because that means his cycle will be very awkward. And yeah, so I'm going to get a lot of damage right there. There's a couple ways to play this matchup. Like I said right now, it's just if you understand that their Valkyrie and guards are out of rotation. Also, these players tend to be super aggressive. Like, they'll definitely just pressure a lot. Just like this. Like, he's going for a drill plus guards at the bridge. So I'm going to go for a ghost plus a magic archer. And he's going to take a fireball right here. And with that being said, I thought that was a very aggressive fireball. So I'm going to recognize that situation and quickly retaliate with a battle ram at the bridge, because he was super aggressive. But yeah, another way you can play this matchup is that you can play Pekka in the back if all their pressure cards are out of rotation. So like if they don't have wall breakers in hand and they don't have Goblin Drill in hand, you could Pekka the back on your weaker side tower and just build big dueling pushes that way. So yeah, there's a couple ways you can play this matchup, and yeah. In this way, I'm playing the more aggressive version because he's playing super aggressive himself. So with that being said, I'm defending these Goblin Drills really nicely because he's just going right into my ghost and I could just counter push with it. So yeah, so I'm pretty much just defending and counter pushing. That's all I'm doing in this matchup. But if they're more passive and stuff like that, you can definitely play the other way, where you can just Pekka the back more when they have a bad cycle and build big pushes that way. He's going to go for guards. I'm just going to take a fireball because I know there's at this point, there's really no way he can catch up. I kind of got him in a nice little lock here. I'm going to go for a Battle Ram just to pressure. And the reason why I went for a Battle Ram to quickly pressure is because he recognized that my Royal Ghost is out of cycle. So if he's going to pressure me, I'm going to pressure him as well at the same time. So yeah, that's why I did that. I'm just going to take a Fireball because I know he's going to have to overspend more. And that's going to be game number 1. That is how I like to take care of the Goblin Drill matchup. And by the way, this matchup is definitely one of the harder matchups you're going to face as playing as a Pekka player. So yeah, let's get into the next one. Okay, so we're at our next game here against Guru 12. He's going to be playing the Electro Giant Golden Knight deck with Mirror in it. And this deck, you're going to be seeing a ton of it because this deck is the best deck in the game, I would say. It's super crazy strong with the Golden Knight cycle and the mirrored E-Giants, because I don't know why Electro Giant got a 9% HP buff when it literally didn't deserve that big of a buff. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to kick things off with the Bandit at the bridge, or not at the bridge, Bandit in the back. He's going to go for a Golden Knight, and at this point I actually thought about pecking the back in retaliation to that Golden Knight, but I kind of thought about it, and I was like, this guy probably is playing E-Giant because he's literally the #1 trending deck, and he just played the cannon right there, so I knew for a fact he's definitely playing Electro Giant. So I'm just going to play a little bit passively, hold on to my Pekka as much as I can. He's going to take a very awkward lightning. But at the same time, this deck doesn't have the best cycle to Pekka, to be honest with you. You have to cycle very awkwardly when playing against Pekka. So that's one thing you can take away when playing against this matchup, is that if they don't have Golden Knight or stuff like that, if you catch him without a Golden Knight in hand, you can definitely pressure at the bridge a ton. So yeah, I'm just going to play my Ghost on top of that just to clean it up very nicely. And we're chilling here, We're chilling here. He's going to take a Bomber, which is totally fine. Honestly, I think the better play for him would just be to Tornado my Royal Ghost. But it is what it is. I'll definitely take all that damage. And this is where he's going to go for an Electro Giant in the back. And the way I like to play this matchup is that if they Electro Giant the back, you Pekka the back as well in the same lane of the Electro Giant. But afterwards, you kind of want to try to pressure immediately to try to force another card out so their mirror doesn't mirror the Electro Giant. So that's what I tried to do there, but he played it smart and he just went for the Electro Giant instead and just ate the damage of my battle ram. So yeah, really well played on his end. He didn't fall for it, so yeah. But that's how I definitely like to play the matchup, is try to make them defend so their mirror can't mirror an Electro Giant and they have to mirror something else. So yeah. Because if they do mirror the Electro Giant, it's level 16 and you literally can't do a thing about it because you don't have Pekka anymore. You use it already on the other Electro Giant, so yeah. He's going to take a lightning right there, which is pretty solid lightning. You know, he hit a Royal Ghost and he hit a Magic Archer. And he's cycling another lightning right there. I think he's really trying to keep his Golden Knight in cycle for like a different defense. So yeah, he's really trying to keep onto that Golden Knight. I'm going to go for another Magic Archer and an Electro Wizard because I know he doesn't have lightning in rotation. So yeah, I do that. He's going to force the Golden Knight out finally. And I'm going to take a Fireball on top of that just to clean up that Golden Knight. And yeah, I'm going to play a Pekka right here. He played a really pretty smart Electro Giant because he kind of recognized that I was down in Elixir because I just spammed him like crazy. And I used that Fireball to kill the Golden Knight, so that probably is what made him play that Golden Knight in the first place. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Magic Archer just to clean up that cannon, and he's going to go for another Lightning. It's totally fine. I'm just going to play a little bit more passively, just cycle Royal Ghost in the back. And look at this, he just takes another Lightning. This guy loves his Lightnings. But yeah, I'm going to go for a Battle Ram, and I'm just going to Pekka the bridge knowing that he just played a 7 Elixir Lightning because he mirrored it. And with that being said, if he wanted to go for an Electro Giant, that's totally fine because my Pekka is just going to destroy it. If he wanted to go for a Golden Knight, that's totally fine because my Pekka is going to destroy that as well. And yeah, I'm just going to pour the pressure on, and that should be game. Yeah, let's go for the next one. Okay, so we're going to next game here against this Giant Skeleton King Graveyard deck, and this deck is super hard. There's like a lot of hard matchups in this video, so yeah. This is definitely, I think, harder than playing against Splash Yard. I'm just going to kick things out with a Bandit in the back because, you know, it's just the safest play when you're playing Pekka Bridge Spam. I'm just going to kick it off with a Tombstone, and I'm going to play a little bit passively because this could still be anything. This could be like a Lava Hound deck. This could be Splash Yard or like another deck. Like, this could be RG. Honestly, this could definitely be RG because there's a new meta RG deck going around. I'm going to play Pekka in front of that Magic Archer because I think against this matchup, it's very important to get a good damage lead in single Elixir because as time moves on, when it hits like double Elixir and triple Elixir, it gets way harder to even break through because they have Tombstone to cycle, they have Giant Skeleton, and they have the Skeleton King. So if they have the Skeleton King on the map, they could just 3-card Tombstone cycle you. So yeah. I'm going to kite this Skeleton King just to, you know, kind of buy some time. And I'm not going to play anything on top of those Zappies because if I did, that would be overcommitting essentially. And I do not want to overcommit when I'm playing against this matchup. Because if you do overcommit against this matchup, it's going to be a very hard time to defend like a Graveyard Push and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm going to be chilling here. It's really important to also pack up the Giant Skeletons. And that kind of goes for like any matchup, I would say. Like, it's pretty important to save for the Giant Skeletons because if you don't, Giant Skeleton destroys your bandits, it destroys your ghosts and stuff like that, and you always have to overcommit a lot on the Giant Skeleton, so Pekka would just be the safe play in general, just to do that. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull this back with a bandit, just so I can buy myself some time. I didn't want to cycle my E-Wiz, because I think E-Wiz is just more important in this matchup in general, so if you wanted to go for a graveyard, I would definitely take an Electro Wizard over a bandit any day to defend the graveyard, so yeah. I'm going to go for a Royal Ghost right here just to kill those Zappies off. Pretty solid play, you know, nothing too crazy right there. I'm going to be chilling. He's going to go for a Giant, or a Skeleton King, I should say. And I'm just going to retaliate with an Electro Wizard in the back. He takes a very interesting Fireball. I don't really agree with that Fireball. I feel like he should be saving it more for the Magic Archer. Because with that being said, I can actually go for a counter push with my Magic Archer, knowing that it's going to pretty much kill anything he plays. So yeah, he's going to go for his Zappies right there, which is totally fine. I'm going to go for a Pekka just to kill this Giant Skeleton really quickly. I'm going to take a Fireball on top of the Giant Skeleton plus the Inferno Dragon. It's really important in this matchup. I don't know if I said it earlier, but it's pretty important in this matchup that you got to kill his counter push as much as you can. As you can see, his counter push really isn't that bad, but I did a pretty solid defense where I did a Magic Archer in the left-hand lane, Bandit on top of the Graveyard and Electro Wizard high just to stun that Inferno Dragon, so yeah. I'm going to quickly counter push on the opposite lane, knowing that I have a Magic Archer. And I kind of spaced it out too, so he couldn't Fireball. And look at that Fireball I just did. That was like a picture-perfect Fireball, where like it literally just hits everything. And yeah, my Barbarians are going to town on that tower. So I'm going to go for a Magic Archer down low just to kind of kill these troops real quickly. He's going to go for a very interesting Fireball, which I don't really agree with, because with that being said, it frees up my Electro Wizard. And I'm just going to go in with the Battle Ram and kind of just keep repeating the process at this point, because at this point I feel like I'm definitely taking control of the game and he's kind of slipping away. So yeah, I'm going to go for a Magic Archer just to get some chip damage, and my Battle Ram is going to make a connection on the tower. So that is how I like to take care of that matchup. Let's go for the final one. Okay, so we got a final game here against like Satsnu. That's how you pronounce it. He's playing Hog Valkyrie with Goblins and like Executioner Cycle. Or Executioner NATO, I should say. This is like Viper deck, except this guy actually has a building instead of an Ice Spirit, because I'm pretty sure like Viper's deck, he plays Ice Spirit. So this guy actually has a building in his deck, so I don't know if that's harder or easier, but I feel like it might be the same, because Ice Spirit can reset Battle Ram and Cannon can reset Battle Ram, so like they're both kind of bad. I'll say they're maybe this one might be a little easier, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna go for a Royal Ghost right there and take a Fireball. It's really nice that he played the NATO on top of that Magic Archer, just due to the fact that he can't NATO my Ghost anymore, so I don't have to worry about him trying to NATO my Ghost. I don't have to play a Battle Ram in fear of him trying to get that NATO off, so I can just let my Royal Ghost go and we'll be chilling. I'm gonna go for a Battle Ram in the back here. Just play a little bit passively, see what he is. I'm gonna play my Pekka here, and I played my Pekka at the same time he played his Cannon, and like I said, I thought he didn't have a building, so that's why I played the Pekka there. And with that being said, my thought process was, because if he didn't have a building, he would have to play a really awkward hand. Like he would have to play like a Valkyrie, and my Pekka would just destroy the Valkyrie. He didn't have Goblins in rotation at the time as well, so it would be kind of hard for him to defend that that Pekka. So he's gonna go for a Bandit, because he had a really awkward, or not a Bandit, I'm gonna go for a Bandit, but he's gonna go for an Executioner on the Bandit because he had a pretty awkward cycle. And I'm just going to take a quick zap on top of that Executioner. I honestly don't think I really needed the zap, to be honest, to cycle the zap, but it's not going to hurt at the end of the day. It's only 2 elixir, and I don't really need it in this matchup. So yeah. He's going to cycle a log, which is totally fine. And yeah. Sorry if I'm talking too fast, by the way, as well. I'm kind of just trying to put as much information in this video as possible. So yeah. At this point in time, I knew he's going to cycle a Valkyrie, because that would be his best answer to my Royal Ghost plus Electro Wizard, so I kind of preemptively played a Pekka, because it's pretty solid to play Pekkas on top of Valkyries, because it's essentially like a 3 elixir Pekka if you think about it. I'm going to go for a Bandit opposite lane. It's also important in this matchup to play Bandits, or not Bandits, just play troops in the opposite lane of your Pekkas and stuff, because you don't want them to get Executioner and Tornado value, so yeah, very important to dual lane pressure in this matchup. I'm going to go for a Tornado, which is totally fine. I think I'm just going to go for a Royal Ghost on top of this Valkyrie. And then I'm just going to play a Bandit on top of this Executioner. But he goes for a Hog Rider, and I think that's a pretty aggressive Hog Rider. He's going to get no damage with it, so he's essentially just dumping 4 elixir. And I'm going to go for a Magic Archer again on top of the Cannon, just to kill the Cannon. And yeah, we're chilling here, we're chilling. I think I make a little misplay here, and I poorly time my Electro Wizard. So with that being said, my Magic Archer actually does take a Valkyrie shot, and with that being said, his log will full kill my Magic Archer. So a little bit of a misplay on our end, but it's totally fine. I'm going to go for a Bandit, I believe, on top of this Executioner. Pretty solid play. And yeah, we have a really solid damage lead, especially with those Barbarians taking some of his tower off. Yeah, we're chilling here. At this point, he cycles a Valkyrie, so I'm going to cycle Pekka in the back, and he takes a Rocket, which is totally fine. You know, I think that is the correct play, just to Rocket the Pekka, especially because he's down in Elixir, and he needs to get his damage up, because he's just going to lose. So he's kind of just Rocket cycling early. I'm going to go for a Battle Ram with this Electro Wizard, because I have a free Electro Wizard, might as well take the opportunity to get a little counter push with it. Magic Archer is going to clean up that Executioner, and Magic Archer will also clean up that Cannon, which is super fine. I'm going to go for a Ghost because he had an awkward cycle, like he has to play an Execution on this, so I'm going to take a quick Fireball just to kill that Executioner, go for a Pekka on top of this Hog Rider, and he played a pretty nice log, which is going to allow his Hog Rider to get a shot on the tower, but it's totally fine at the end of the day. I still have a very big damage lead, and yeah. I'm going to go for a Bandit with my Pekka, just dual lane pressure, it's always pretty solid dual lane pressure. I'm going to go for a very nice Magic Archer right there. Battle Ram does get the connection, and that is going to be game. So hopefully you guys could learn something from this video, and thank you guys so much for watching.